All right, hey folks, let's see if we are up and running. We'll go through an intro here real quick and we'll get some artwork done. So, looks like notification is up. Let me grab that real quick and drop it into my social medias before the channel rolls over, which will probably be momentarily. Live streaming NPC token art for upcoming Eberron Adventure. Click, 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 and I'm done. How efficient. The most efficient I've ever been. So, are we active? It should be live now. It looks like it's coming through. So, and are we active? Yeah, we are, and the volume's good. I sound a little canned. I'll have to figure out. It's probably the open nature of the room that I'm in, but we'll figure that out eventually. So, hey, my name is Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games, I illustrate them, and I publish online. And I've been running games as a DM since 1987. I've been using Eberron as my homebrew campaign since 2006, and I've been creating content on DMsGuild for 5th edition since 2017. But I haven't ever published an adventure before, so we're creating an adventure in Eberron that will publish on the DMsGuild that I have DM'd multiple times. It is Crystals of Mabar. It's for 4 to 5 characters, level 7 to 8. You're running around fighting undead in the Carnwood of Karnath on the continent of Corvair in the Eberron campaign setting. And we've spent many hours. We're currently on episode 313 of creating all of the maps, tokens, and assets, visual assets that go along with this adventure. You can like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when I'm live in the future. That book cover we created back around episode 40. Here's the full playlist, and here's a slew of books that I've already created that are on DMsGuild, many of which are at discounted prices right now. If you want to support the channel, the spell Point Warlocks is pay what you want, but if you would pay at least $1 on it, it'll go towards me earning a gold medal, which I think I'm 2 sales away from getting at this point. On the X Twitter platform, I am... No? There we go. Profile, there we go, at Phil Kearney. You can catch coupons, illustrations, and different work that I'm working on. So catch up with me there if you're interested at Phil Kearney. Otherwise, yeah, support me here on YouTube. Join my Patreon. Jump into the conversation on Discord. Check out my books. Drop by, say hi when I'm live. I'm here 9 times per week, Monday through Fridays in the morning. We're creating NPC tokens right now. So there's a village at the beginning of the adventure that the characters visit to find out what's going on in the adventure to lead them further into the forest. So we're creating NPC tokens. When we were here last time, we were creating the... I'm going to actually fix this for a second here. This is sticking out too far. We created this Dwarven Constable token. We're using a 2-pixel line right now. I'm going to drop that down like that. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Nudge that just a touch. Yeah, that feels pretty good. All right, so here's the underlying layer. So I want to clean up through here. I'm going to bring that forward like that. I think I'm going to, I think I just want to keep doing line art today. So we're going to switch gears. This one's effectively ready for coloring, but I don't want to color this morning. Just want to do line work. I'm pretty happy with that. It's still a little rough. There. We're here for about 80 minutes this morning. We'll just keep working on some tokens here. I'll be back online at lunchtime today, I believe. I don't honestly know what we're working on. Maybe we'll work on... the 2024 fighter revisions for the martial power system. That sounds like a fun thing to do. We'll do that at lunch today. We'll do martial powers at lunch. We're starting to get information about the 2024 Player's Handbook. It's out in the wild. I don't have it. But there are some basic mechanics and rules that have been floating around online, as well as the basic rule set on that's on D&D Beyond now. I won't have access to the full book until the 17th. But one of the first things I am going to do when it is update the Spelljammer book. And then I can finish the subclasses that we're starting for Spelljammer, so we can get that published. That'll be fun. And we have a bunch of asteroid art that we've created that we can put out in an art pack and bundle with the Spelljammer book that we've already produced. And I'm gonna trim that in a bit and push this out here like that. That feels pretty good. The hand looks a little hamish. I think I want to block that in a bit more. If I were to describe dwarves in one word, I would say sturdy, like a lobster. And then we'll be live tomorrow morning. We might do more martial power stuff tomorrow as well. And we have playtesting for martial powers again on Monday for 6th level. I reckon we're gonna have probably 2 more sessions of that, and then we'll be done with it for the time being. Maybe 1 more session. I don't know. When once we resolve the 2 more weeks sounds fine. Maybe 3. But then I'm going to take a few weeks break from more playtesting to rebuild all of to make sure the martial powers stuff that we have already is compliant. Update the document altogether. Drop back into playtesting. I may fall back to 3rd level since we'll be using the new rules. 3rd and 4th playtesting went really well. And it was a lot of fun, and I was pretty happy with the performance of the options. They worked well. We found some great revisions. Every time we playtest, we find opportunities to improve what it is that we're doing. And as a DM, I'm playtesting the toolkit that we've been building for the hex crawl, or the grid crawl system for the color mana, basically color mana hex crawl system. I use a grid, but it can be a hex. It doesn't really matter. And that's been going pretty well. That feels good there. Something in my kitchen just went patang, and it's like, why? Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this guy now. This underlying layer is just grit that I add for texture, but on like the actual black-white token, this is most appropriate. You know what? I think I want to cut this piece out here. I'm going to resize it a bit and then give it a tilt. Drop it down a tick. That feels good. We'll delete the underlying stuff to make sure it doesn't get in the way. Good. We'll merge that down. Ugh, that little sidebar. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna thin that line down a little bit, and then we'll move on to the next piece. Yeah, we're just going to do black and white for now. We'll come back and do. I wanna do the mayor, and then 2 commoners. And then we should be okay to move on to come back through and color everything. And then once we do that, so that's 3 more NPC tokens that we need. Oh, and then we have like the lab assistants. I wanna make some rudimentary tokens for them. I already have 2. I think I need 3 more, 4 more. I need 4 more. There's some lumberjacks and villagers. I should probably provide tokens for them as well. So we're just going to be doing scrub NPCs for a while. And we're working on page layouts off camera in the evening. Layout work isn't very exciting to watch, but it's interesting to see. So like the actual design process. If I'm really focusing and getting the job done, I'm basically reading text over and over again and nudging text back and forth and resizing things and working on spacing and reducing or expanding the amount of text to fill the space. It's not necessarily an entertaining process, but it is something that I want to provide. Hey, bro, it's good to see you. But yeah, for layouts, here I'll show you real quick. I guess, since I'm talking about it. Let's pop open this, and we'll go to... All right. So we work in Word. We build our actual document in Word. And currently, I'm messing around with an 11 by 7... Where am I at? I'm not on screen. You guys. I'm currently messing around with an 11 by 17 format. So it's a display panel that will, I'll drop back down here. I've been working back forward to be able to see how things space out. Obviously, we have a lot of space like this. So this is this is in the appendix where we have modified. Like there's various plot hooks, right? Here we go. Plot hook 5, family and friends. A brief description of what this plot hook is about. The story information for background context. The goals of the adventure. Bonus resources that you get as a result of showing up. The rewards that you'll receive at the end of the adventure if you're successful with your goals. Starting point where the adventure begins. And then unique encounters. There's 3 acts, and in each in each act there are different adventure, like there's different set encounters, and depending on which plot hook you use, there's a total of 6. There's the default plot hook where you're deputized by the county sheriff to investigate what's going on, but there's all these alternate plot hooks of why you're showing up, and I'm still formatting those, but this is the one that I've gotten furthest along in formatting so far, where where your family or friends live in this small rural village that just is like a startup village, and they invite you to settle down, leave your adventuring ways, become honest, and farm some beats with us, right? So you're like, maybe after an adventure, you need to lay low. So you come and you visit your family and friends, and when you get there, they've been killed by undead. That's how it goes. In the default of the adventure, the village is either alive, and you have a chance to investigate and talk to people about what they've seen, and that leads them into the forest. Or you get there and undead have already attacked the village, and obviously there's a bloodbath here. We need to be involved. But if you know family here and they're dead, vengeance mission. You're good to go. The tracks lead into the forest. Let's go into the forest and find out what the fuck is going on. If you're deputized and you don't know anybody here, and you show up and they're all dead, one logical course of action would be, hey, this town got slaughtered, I need reinforcements. So you retreat to get NPCs involved, and now you are disempowering your characters by delegating authority to NPCs to tell them what to do when they're supposed to be there making an investigation. So the default is that they're alive. And after the characters have talked to everybody and gotten some personality feedback, if they decide to use the village as a long rest hub, at some point the village gets attacked by undead. Or while the characters are off in the forest exploring and getting an investigation and stuff, they can come back and find that the village has been attacked like yesterday or last night. So you can help lock in their emotional investment by talking to the villagers and then killing the villagers. So now they're on a vengeance mission from there. So each of these encounters will change depending on which adventuring hook that you're using. So we list out the details of those, and you can see here that we've got about maybe like a quarter page available here. We've got like maybe an eighth of a page here, and that's basically all the space that we have on this 2-page spread for what this plot hook is. And it's an 11 by 17 page, so this is basically, this column is basically 5 inches wide. So if we're using a tablet, you can have it basically fill the space of the tablet like this. That in a you can't see me currently. In a horizontal alignment, this fits very nicely. In a vertical orientation, this also fits pretty nicely. So if I build the document in third pages like this, when you shift your tablet around, you can zoom in to see what's going on in one of the columns, or you can turn it sideways to see the full page. So I'm still figuring that out, but like the default font size is 12, which is really big. Most of the books that I publish use a body text of font of 10. So this is a larger page, larger font, easier to navigate, and but I'm still working on the balance of it. So with this 11 by 17 page, so here's the thing: it's a 60,000 word. It's the size of a novel, and that's big. So one of the things I'm going to want to do while I'm going through this is, as I'm weighing out, I'm trying to weigh out information, like ideas per page. So like this plot hook, it fits on a 2-page spread. So I can, on my tablet, I can be here, and then I can flip to here just by scrolling up and down on my tablet, and I get basically all the information that I need about this plot hook. And but as we go further into the document and we start getting into the actual adventure, Let's get past. Like here's the monster section. Appendix 2 is all the new monsters that we created. So I still have to parse those out, and I'll probably have one monster per page. Possibly two, depending on how complex they are. But I think I should be able to get like a single stat block, for the most part, should fit on one page, like in one column. But then there's illustrations that go with these things. So like a 2-column spread isn't bad, but it's a 3-column format. So if it takes 2 columns to define and illustrate a monster, and I've got this stray 3rd column over here, I'm wondering, is that the right way to do this? Another option that I have is to use, if in fact the entire document is of all the monsters can fit in 1 or 2 columns, and then Appendix 1 is different objects, oddities, and items that the team can get. So I could potentially have items in 1 column, and then monsters in 2 columns. So I could actually run Appendix 1 here and Appendix 2 here, and have like a hard line between the two of them to separate them. Have 1 and 2 at the same time running down the page, and then at the end of that have Appendix 3 alternate plot hooks. Like that's a way, or during this period I could switch, like I could switch this to this appendix for the monsters to a 2-column format. So instead of having 3 columns here, I could make it 2 columns, and then fit 1 monster inside of 1 column, and then have its illustration at the bottom. And then in this column, have another monster with its illustration at the bottom. I might be able to do that. So these are different ideas that I can play with. And the appendix, like I don't have to, I can switch up however many columns I'm using at any time based on what I need. So here in the actual body of the document, I'm still messing around with the format up here as well. Let's scroll down. Magic and total cover, combat, the ritual, destroying the eye. Like this should all, like this, like the actual ritual being performed, that shouldn't be broken across multiple pages. That should be on its own page like that. And so if it's successful, if it fails, and then I have disruption here, we drop that down to the next page. So I need to like reduce the text, and then we have like what, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I rebuild this, and then we have concluding the adventure, which is on the next page, and then we have the appendix. So I want to get this concluding the adventure and all this content somehow onto the same page. But currently the ritual doesn't fit on one page. Destroying the eye and then concluding the adventure, it's such a small amount of text. I have to figure out, like, this is the challenge that I face. So I'm going to save that and then drop it out of view since we've been looking at it. So, but this one's good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save here. I'm going to add the texture back in. There we go. I'm pretty happy with this token. There, that's the black and white version. And again, it's only a 1 inch by 1 inch token for easy printing. So like it would look about that size on a virtual tabletop, right? Pretty easily defined. But it wouldn't be on a virtual table. It'd be a little 1 inch that you would print out. The only reason you'd use a black and white version is if you're printing so that you'd have it at the tabletop. So we'll have a color version inside the book. So we'll have this texture layer underneath it, and then we'll colorize it. But I don't want to color yet. So I want to get into this. Here's 2 villagers I've created already. Female villager, male villager. Very ho-hum nobody heroes, and they're not supposed to be. So I'm going to add a couple more just to have some diversity, and just because there's so many NPCs. So we're going to get back into here. So this is I forget the mayor's name. Jaden. There you go. This is Jaden. Jaden's a little fluid, so I'm intentionally giving it giving this token like this sort of flair to it. So, but we already have a rough sketch, so I'm going to overlay the sketch just to clean up the art a little bit, to make it a little bit clearer, defined borders. What is it? 7 o'clock? Yeah. Like that. Adventure layouts are more difficult than rule supplements because in rule supplements all the visuals are either just tables, generally are either just tables or flavor illustrations, but adventures have actual illustrations that's technical, like maps, for instance, and diagrams, and player aids that are actual illustrations. It's a higher what's the word I'm looking for here? It's it's part technical document, part story, right? Unless you're just doing like layers and one shots and stuff that don't have any kind of narrative context. It's just like a monster fight or a trap or something. That's a different type of supplement. But it's more like an adventure than it is a rule supplement, though. But I'm still the Spelljammer document that I created. That's linked down below. You can check that out. The last 25 pages of that is a conversion guide for Light as Araxis, and that was the first foray into actual adventure publishing, and I was pretty happy with it. But it was a struggle to create. It's a different, like I said, it's a different type of gear. You're in a completely different gear, and all I've ever created are different rule supplements. So these adventure things are challenging me to expand on my my layout and composition skills. And one thing I most certainly have to do is reduce the amount of text to be more reasonable on the page. I don't want to give him too much of a smirk because it's dark times here. It shouldn't be too friendly. Clean that up. Like that. There we go. It's making little trinkets and accessories to help break up the shapes. Constructed shoulders. Pull that in here like that. It's a little half vest sort of affair. Doublet. There, like that. Yeah, it feels good. Line weight there is good. Yeah, that balance is good. And then we'll bring this in here. The main contribution the mayor provides to the characters is a timeline of events, which may become useful later on as the team finds out more about what the necromancers have going on. And so the mayor keeps a journal, and if the plot line has it such that the mayor is dead before the team has a conversation, the journal provides all the same amount of information because the mayor is a diligent journaler. So whether the team finds the village already dead or if the team has a chance to talk to the inhabitants, either way, they're going to get the information that they need. And so I'll have to eventually create a visual asset of the journal pages and include that as a handout. Body posture, body pose, there. I'm doing like this little like utility vest. I'm looking forward to the Western setting. There's a hold on. If you don't know, let's go to DMsGuild. DMsGuild.com. If you haven't seen it, Frontiers of Eberron is publishing on the 17th as well, the first day that we can officially have 5e24 content on the DMs Guild. This is a basically a Wild West frontier setting campaign between the nations of Breland and Droam, the frontier land between those two nations. So it's a western, it's a fantasy western setting, and Keith loves this kind of stuff, as I understand it, and it seems pretty fucking cool. So I'm definitely gonna pick this up, and I'll probably build a playtest campaign for the ability check RPG that I've been creating. But this is on my radar. 100% I'm going to be buying this. Looking forward to it. Anyway, hey, what's up? So what's the name of this character? This character is Jaden, Jaeden, Jaden. Jaden, like everyone else, is a refugee or displaced by the last war. The last war has ended in the past few years during this adventure, and so it's again, it's a farming community, and it's composed of retired veterans or refugees that don't have a home anymore due to the last war. I'm going to make the vest stylized like this. Just pulls it here. I'm still doing perspective work right now. I'm gonna hit save because I don't know what that screen blip I just saw was. Jaden is basically a mage right, or yeah, a mage right. Somebody who's trained in crafting magic, or just practical utility magic, and for whatever reason, that reason is undefined, they wanted to get off the radar, so they came to a little unknown, unregistered, unlabeled village to start farming. Or basically to administer a farming community. Jaden doesn't have any real farming experience alone. It's building structure. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Here, and I want to sweep this down here. I don't have too much flair. Body type's rather willowish. Thank you, Timely Timer. How we doing on time? It's only 7:17. We're doing good. Got another 40 minutes left in us. We'll easily get this completed. I want to tilt, have it offline because it makes the token more interesting without being action oriented. Yeah, it feels pretty good. I do want to have a bit of a flare here because that angling, I do want to have this flare out. I do like these sort of spats sort of idea. There, that's a way to get a little added, like remove that, bring this in here. Neutral point forward, there it is. Bring those along like that. This is just, we're just drafting right now, just creating symmetry at this 3/4 angle. So foreshortening is an issue. That looks pretty cool. I like that design. I can sweep the leg back a bit here. Nicely. Good. Yeah, I'm liking that. Maybe I want to neutralize that tilt just a touch. Yeah. Flowing smoothly. There. And then bring that in a touch here and there. There we go. Yeah. Clean that up a touch. My line work feels really rough these days. I don't know what it is. fits the angle there. There. Okay, cool. So that feels practical. I'm going to drop the opacity down here. And I'm going to drop this one further down in the background here, like that-ish. And I'll take this one, and we'll bring it down like that so we can start another layer for the arms that are going to be holding the journal in front. So here's the book. And pages within. But that's not technically where we're at right now. What I should be focusing on is resolving these limbs. So let's break it down. Let's break this down even more simple than that. All right, we're gonna do balls and sticks. So here's a ball for the shoulders, a stick. Here's the ribs, right? This is the rib cage here. The elbow doesn't drop much further below the ribs, so we'll put the elbow about probably about here, and then we move it forward. I'm gonna probably drop that down a touch. Down to like that. I think that feels about right. And then we bring the arm in like this, and we have the hand. Sort of like that. The cuffs. Floof that out like that. Give him the puffy sleeves. Like that. There we go. Curve that around. if the puffiness gets out of hand, it just, I mean, if it's too puffy, it just looks ridiculous. So there's a certain amount of fluff that you can accomplish with this look with feeling practical and realistic, right? I feel like I want to bring this in more like this. The fluff. This is how we fill in that gap underneath the pauldron of the structured vest. Bring that in here. Is this going to be, yeah, we want to curve this in here and drop it because it's just gonna, gravity's just gonna make it hang while still retaining some of its thick form. That out like that. Drop this in here. Thin it down a bit so it's more, the lighter the line, the more delicate the fabric. So I want to thin it down. It's okay having a thicker edge along the edges as usual to help define the actual space that it occupies. But once I get into the interior, I want to make that line a little bit more delicate, like that. There you go. Soften it up a little bit. That feels a little more natural like that, and we'll bring that fluff down a bit here. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. I'm still figuring out the posture on the hands. Huh. Grabbing my chin a lot. What's up with that? You're not a chin grabber, Kearney. I am today. I am today. Today, I am a chin grabber. Foreshortening has the billow of the forearm superseding the loose biceps, so we'll floof that in like that. And then we'll smooth that out so it has less bulk there. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Now, how does this book interact with that? Not badly. I want to drop the opacity on that a touch. There, and we can have the hand cradling underneath here. So if we can't do it like that. Hold on, we have to do balls and sticks again. So ball here, stick down here like that basically. Massive foreshortening, wrist here. Yeah, that lines up. Cool. Okay, let me get rid of that angle there.
And that's how I can hold the book underneath. So I can trim down the hand so it looks like an actual hand instead of just a circle. But the amount of foreshortening that we have here doesn't lends itself to being thin anyway. Here's your thumb off to the side. And then we get the poofy sleeve that comes down, like around like this. It's changing the angle, so it should be more like this. Yeah, more like that.
So it's cradling the back of the book like that.
Curve in a little bit more, make it seem a little more gestured. One, two, three, four. This one's tricky.
This one is tricky. Tricky, 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 tricky. There.
You know, the elbow is like around here, over here like that. Now that's starting to look like a fairly natural gesture, but I want to have the angle of the hand corresponding more with the angle of the book. I'm tilting my head so you know that it's something I'm actually thinking about. Actually having to apply effort. Here to here, like that. Here.
Ooh.
See, maybe I don't need that at all. Here at the base. We still got 20 minutes.
7:37. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That feels pretty good like that actually. Here.
Pull that away.
Hmm. Do 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 baby shark do 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 baby shark do 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 baby shark. If you know, you know. I enjoyed the end of Umbrella Academy. Looks like the campaign the show's come to a conclusion. Evil was also a very fun show. Unfortunately, got canceled. They were aware of it, so they were able to create an impromptu ending to the show. But I would love to have more seasons of Evil. That was a really fun show. One, two, three, four. Thank you. 4. Curve that around like that. There, curving. The pinky's looking a bit big, so it needs to shrink down a bit. Hand, face, like this, right? See, that's about the right size. Don't like the curve though. Let's go like that, and then here. I'm basically futzing with finger poses right now because it has to be intentional, and it has to look right at a glance. Nothing makes things pop out as this is weird, like weird hands. Like AI art proved that pretty quickly. Like if you can't get your hands right, you're a pretty hack. That. I want to actually cut paste, put that on a separate layer. Here, maybe more like that. That angle feels wrong. And like it's like this, but like that's basically the pose. Get out of my way. Thank you. Here. Okay, it needs to be more sidewise. And larger, and it needs to be more like this. This is proving to be more of a challenge than I thought it was going to be. That's cool. I'm good with the challenge. Here, let's really just figure this out here, and then to here, and then we're cradling the book at this angle, so it should be like that. We're coming in sidewise, so it's more like that. That's starting to feel right. I can get away with that. And here.
That's starting to feel pretty reasonable. A little choked up there. Let's grab this. Here, and then let's grab this. Darken that up a bit. We could pull that book away a little bit more. Ah, there we go. Hey, we found it. All right. Hey, we found it. All right. Just eyeballing it for a moment. Oh, God, that looks pretty good.
I need to thin this hand up a bit.
That actually feels pretty good. God damn, this is working out. Let's drop down the opacity on the book there a bit. There we go.
I can bring this thumb in a touch, like that.
Drop that down. We're going to build another layer over it.
Here, here,
here. Hey, guys.
and here, and then we build the hand. Not quite right. Why am I having problems? Come on, Kearney. You got this, dude. Stop trying to draw a hand and draw a hand. We're not there. We are not there. Erase all these fingies. Oh, dude. Back of the hand, that's fine. That's fine. Here, 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 and here. That should be fine. Webbing secured. One, two, three, four, and then we have this little bit of a hook here into the back of the hand, into the outer edge of the hand. Nope. Here. And then here. That's good. And then here. That's good. And then here. Also good. Man, I feel like listening to some ministry today. Could go with a cheeky little glove. Yeah, in this instance that actually works. It's rare that the half glove makes sense, but here I think it actually fits. All right, that's this is panning out. Then I don't want to have, yeah. Too small. The hand is now too small, so we need to make it bigger. That syncs up. That syncs up. Ooh. That aligns. inside here. That feels better. That feels really, really good. Yeah, good. And then let's erase that corner there. That's good. Drop this book down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a thumb. Nice. All right, that's at 100%. That's at 100%. Book is now 100%. Let's duplicate that layer. I gotta bounce out of here in a hot second. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. Bup, 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 bup. I don't need this. There we go. That's a decent little sketch, and I can now take this, and it doesn't need to be so small, so I can expand it here to drop those pants out of view a bit.
And that's a decent little token. I'm pretty happy with that. So fucking A, dude. I'll probably have a little bit of cleaning up to do. But I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. I'm gonna add some volume here, like that. Nice. All right. Hey, we made a token. When we come back, I'll be back. I think I'm here at 2 o'clock this afternoon. That's 6 hours from now. So I should be back for an hour or so. 6 hours from now, we'll do some martial powers work. And we'll be back tomorrow morning, possibly doing this or some more martial power stuff, or just a medley of things. Who knows? But yeah, that's it for now, guys. Ralph, thanks for hanging out. Anyone else that's new to the channel, God bless you. Thanks for being here. Like, subscribe, bell icon. Check out my be welcome to join my Discord. Check out my Patreon. I'd love to have your support there. Pick up any of the books I have listed down below, especially Point Warlocks for at least $1. That'll really help push the channel. And I got a little bit of cleaning up to do, but I like this. The structure is good. So anyway, I'm out of here. I gotta go. I'll be back in 6 hours. Catch you guys then.